Hey traders, Options Center here. We're going to look at ES on multiple time frames. I'm going to let you know why I went into tomorrow net long. We'll check it out later on in the video. So stick around. If you're new here, go down to that bottom right hand corner, hit that Options Center logo, and subscribe. We go through all kinds of good stuff here. So this is a free channel. Please hit that like button. If you're interested, I launched my new campaign. We're doing all kinds of stuff. We have our dividend portfolio. We put our first, and there's the bell. That closes the day. We did 3 hours ago an Apple total analysis and matched it with the market and why we think that there's a certain way that the market might go because of Apple, as a matter of fact. So check that out. It's only $10. There's all sorts of stuff you can get out of it every single day. Okay, we have ES on the monthly time frame. Let's close up this side. And we had a 5-wave move to complete some sort of top, intermediate, major. We don't quite know yet, but we're getting the pullback that we suggested later. The thing is this wave 5 the end of it, or is this wave 1 of 5 to end off this, maybe an ending diagonal? We talk about that in, and I'll put the card above. We talk about that in I Will Go Bullish if this happens. And we are right at that pivot in that video that I was talking about. So check that video out. We're right at the pivot of where I think the market is making its true decision. Okay, so on the monthly time frame, we rejected off the 20 simple moving average on the monthly. That's very bearish, but we're coming right into that 8 EMA. So let's see what happens here. We're back in this range. We're back in this this full range that we were for 3 months. So let's see if we hold on here and that was the pullback we needed and we move up, or if we start breaking down from this point. And I think this point is crucial. That 8 EMA is right on the 4,000 area. Okay, the indicators aren't telling us anything right now because price has not done anything. It's really right back in the middle. So we'll keep our eye on that. If we do head down, I'm telling you, we are probably going to go through this. First of all, we'll hit obviously the 3,500, but we're looking at the range of 3,500 to 3,200 in a fairly short amount of time. But this is the monthly, so we're talking like weeks to months kind of thing. Okay, on this weekly time frame, it looks like we broke out of this triangle and we're back testing right here. Okay, so that is a very important note to take. This could be the spot. This is an objective long. We talked about that in a video for patrons. This is an objective long, so we took this long with insurance, of course, because we have GDP numbers in the morning tomorrow, and then the PCE, both catalysts on Thursday and Friday morning. Okay, so we're right back testing this 50 simple moving average on the weekly, and this makes this a very crucial point. So for the bears, this indicator looks to be rolling over. We haven't crossed yet, but we're right into resistance of where I think it would be. And just to reiterate, I am bearish, but we're trying to be objective. We're trying to look at the long side as well. Let's go down to the daily. Lots of information on this daily time frame. Daily trend is our friend. And with this daily time frame, you notice we drew these trend lines here. I like this one a lot because it coincides with the 50 and a 200 right underneath. But this one is the definition of a trend. You take it from point to point, and really price is holding right on it all day long, pretty much. Got down to it and then held, poked below it, made a somewhat doji candle, so it's possible reversal, or it could just gap down into tomorrow. Okay, so that's why we had our hedges on. But if we go down to the 65, then something else we talked about is this this forms some kind of wedge here. and we're not going to go too far into it, but I just wanted to make it aware. I'm going to kind of ignore that real poke up there, this whiplash, and make the wedge more on this angle here. Okay, so just keep that in mind when we're doing these videos. This looks to be forming some sort of wedge. All right, and on the hourly time frame, we use the 65-minute candles. So all of our candles are even throughout the trading day. All right, so we started forming a wedge. A wedge right into support. Now on ES, on SPX, we're showing that we're right on that support. On ES, we're showing that we're poking through, that we're driving right through, but we're forming a wedge. We're forming bullish divergence, and catalysts can just whip this thing right through divergence. But we play what we see. We play price action, and so at this point, this is a to the in the bear goggles. This is a 1, 2, and then a 5-wave move down for 1. It could be a 3, but we think if this is a bigger move that we think, then this should be a 1, 2, 1. And the reason why we went long is because all of these indications that we're breaking out of trend in the RSI, the MACD, everything's getting tight. We're forming positive divergence, and it's forming a falling wedge. So even if you're a bear, which I am, we saw this possible minor, not minor, but lower degree wave 1, and we're looking for a pullback for a wave 2. So a 1, 2, 1, 2 setup for the bears, that's possible. And for the bulls, in your eyes, we're looking at the same kind of wedge falling down there and getting long, and we're right into this support area that we've had highlighted for quite some time. If you've been watching these videos, this is we were making this scenario for even before we got to these points here. So we were looking back for a pullback and try to confuse the bulls and the bears and make this a pivot point to where this wedge, this could be considered an ABC for A, ABC for B, and a 5-wave move down for C. And it's a little bit more clear on the NASDAQ. But if this is the case, then now we're going to make new highs. So either way, we're looking for that combination move to where it's a high probability move up. Okay, and then we'll take profits as we go in order to lock in. Okay, so just below, if we get down to this trend line, and we have all the way down to the point of control, which is a volume shelf, and it's also the 618 retracement for a perfect wave 1, wave 2 possibility. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. And if we get this overnight, and gap down, don't look to go short into this. All right, it's a different story if we're gap down and we're underneath it. Gap down underneath it, that's you could use this as our stop. And if we are down overnight and we open up right above the shelf, I would not play that. I would take off I would be taking off my my puts and look for the long side. If it breaks down underneath POC, then the point of control, then go ahead and use that as your stop the other way. All right, so I hope that's clear. Just wanted to get this video out so you can see this information into tomorrow. We will do a market analysis as well on the YouTube Shorts. We do that. So if you go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification, then you'll see these shorts pop up, and you'll see when I get these videos out. And then the Patreon's just $10 a month. Okay. The option guys, check out the option guys. It's down in the description. If you are interested in a free Discord, join in that, and we are in the room, head in and out all day, and checking out trades. And there's plenty of traders there that can answer questions for you and things like that. So